It's a beautiful day in Memphis, Tennessee, and we are all set at the Memphis Racket Club for the biggest event ever in the history of racquetball. The Choice Hotels US Open Racquetball Championships for 2003. A capacity crowd is coming in for our best event in our 5-event series on the Tennis Channel. This is the men's finals in the pro division, and what a joy we have here with dramatic matchup. Kane Waselenchuk, the Canadian, against Derrick Robinson. Derrick Robinson coming in from the 8th seed all the way to this final, and Kane Waselenchuk, maybe one of the most gifted players on the tour.
I think it's going to be a great match. Derrick just had a huge win in the quarters, a big emotional win. Really had a bit of a letdown in the semis and used all of his veteran moxie, if you will, just to get by Shane Vanderson. By contrast, Kane had a big emotional win yesterday over Jack Huzak. We'll see how he handles and recovers from that big victory over Jack.
Well, let's take a look. I'm Leif Elsmo. This is Aaron Katz, and we'll take a look at how they got there. Right now, I'm taking a look at some of the ladders of the competition. Robinson working her way up, and then Shane Vanderson, of course, was his last match, and that was a tough one in the semifinals. He had to use all his tricks. So take a look at Derrick Robinson right now. Been on the Pro Tour a long time, 34 years old, a veteran. He's 6'4", folks. He presents problems on the court. There he is in the dark, and look how big and imposing he is. He talks about today's matchup.
Definitely a great racquetball player, up-and-comer, and I think he's arrived, so that's going to put a lot of pressure on me, but I think little veteran, I don't know, definitely I feel like I have a couple tricks up my sleeve that I can pull out and hopefully push me over.
So that's Derrick Robinson. He will need all the tricks up his sleeve because he's going against a guy who maybe is the most athletic guy on the tour, Kane Waselenchuk. Last year, not healthy, had a problem with his ear, bad equilibrium, might not even be able to walk, talk, or anything. 1 year later, a chance to win it all thanks to the work of some fantastic medical work. What a dramatic day for him, working his way through. But this guy, when he's right, is really hard to beat.
Yeah, he's the best player when he's right now, and this is a very big match for him because everybody views him as the next generation of the sport. He's got to step up today and prove that.
Here's his ladder of competition as he came up. His last game was Jack Huzak, but Saziemanchuk, you see his third round there, quarterfinal. Saziemanchuk was the defending champion, so he has fought some tough competition to get to this game. And this match will be tough with Kane Waselenchuk right there, giving you the steely-eyed look. This is the winning point last night in the game against Jack Huzak, and he is very focused as he comes into this match against Derrick Robinson.
Derrick is a great player. He's been on the tour for a long time. He has lots of experience. Just because he's ranked number 8, it doesn't mean anything. You know, there's all great players out here, and watching him play this weekend, he's been playing great, and I'm going to have to bring my A game, and it's going to be a battle out there, but you know, I'm pretty confident I'm going to come up on top.
So Kane Waselenchuk, really the talented Kane Waselenchuk, going head-to-head with a 6'4" Derrick Robinson. It's going to be a great one. Aaron Katz and I'll be back with the start of this men's final in our Tennis Channel series of Choice Hotels US Open Racquetball Championships.
The 2003 Choice Hotels US Open Racquetball Championships are brought to you by the Choice Hotels International family of hotel brands with over 4,500 locations and 8 different brands worldwide, offering every type of accommodation in every price range. We meet all your travel needs. For reservations, visit us at choicehotels.com today. Choice Hotels, we'll see you there. And by the United States Racquetball Association. Visit www.usra.org for your link to the greatest game on earth. And by Racquetball Magazine. Get instruction from the pros, the latest news, and much more. See us at racquetballmagazine.com to subscribe. And by the Tennis Channel, the only place to see all the top racquetball pros in action. Log on to thetennischannel.com for complete listings. Final
5 big events in our Choice Hotels US Open Racquetball Championship Series here on the Tennis Channel. I'm Leif Ellsmo along with Aaron Katz, former pro with the IRT. And we're off and running. Kane Waselenchuk, number 3 seed with the white shoulders up there, getting the crowd pumped up, the Canadian. And the big D, Derrick Robinson, 6'4". Waselenchuk, a lefty. Derrick Robinson, a righty. You got a tall timber and you got a diving maniac.
Yeah, and you know, Derrick, although he's 6'4", he'll hit the floor too. I'm really looking forward to this match. Derrick has shown not only great ability during this tournament, but tremendous guts and tremendous competitive instincts. He really pulled out a tough one yesterday, not on top of his game against Shane.
Uncanny tension in the room as this one gets started. Standing room only crowd. Yeah. As Kane gets the first point.
Derrick 0 should feel very little pressure because this capacity crowd, Leif, I can assure you, you'd be hard-pressed other than Derrick's wife, who I saw is here, who expected Derrick to win this match.
Well, he may elevate himself yet to another level.
No, short ball.
No. I wouldn't count Derrick out. He understands the importance of this moment. He's 34, first US Open final. While he's going to keep playing because he takes such good care of himself, he knows he may not be here again, and he's going to leave it all on the court.
First side out for him. Kane got the first point, so it's 0 serving 1. That's side out on Robinson's first serve.
And not a bad serve by Derrick. I liked how he started out. Started off with a hard Z to Kane's backhand. It came off the back wall a little bit, and Kane killed it. But a good conservative way to start rather than going for a drive serve where you risk hitting it short.
I think it's bizarre how this crowd has quieted down for the intensity of this match. This is a rowdy crowd. We just finished moments ago, not on our tennis channel, but another championship. Equipment timeout for Kane Waselenchuk.
And what you saw there, I think we'll see a lot of this match. Derrick probably doesn't have the firepower to attack Kane, so we'll see Derrick consistently trying to put them, consistently trying to put Kane in bad position. In particular, the uniqueness of this court with a very difficult right glass wall along Kane's backhand. I think we'll see Derrick trying to exploit that right glass wall, hit a lot of Z serves, a lot of ceiling balls, force Kane to look into that glass as much as possible.
Shane back on the court.
All right, settle down. Take it easy.
Time's in.
Yes. Court beautifully constructed for this
0 serving 1
event that was really the brainchild of Doug Gannon, and along with the USRA, have done just an unbelievable job in the zone.
Great serve there by Derrick.
Boy, he put that baby right down that troubled dark glass.
Yep, and I think we're going to see a lot of that. Straight drives to the backhand, Z's to the backhand, but he's going to force Kane to operate off that right glass wall, and it's very dark in the back by his deep backhand corner. And there, you know, he hit it to a forehand there, and he didn't have success. But you got to mix up your serves because even with the glass, you can't have Kane leaning on it. So I think you'll see his bread and butter serves being the drive down the line and the Z, but he's going to have to hit just enough to the forehand to keep Kane honest.
Kane, pretty much the routine guy for his serve. Takes a lot of time.
Hold it. Replay.
You've talked often in our Tennis Channel series here, these Choice Hotel Racquetball Championships, about using the time, and this is what he does. Goes up here and bounces the ball off, takes the whole 15 seconds of time between serves, and he sets himself in usually the same exact position to give Derrick a tough time reading it. Does a pretty good job.
Yeah, no, for a young player, Kane plays with tremendous maturity and controls the tempo very well. Great shot there by Derrick.
And that was reminiscent of his game against the #1 seed.
Here you see Kane, and you know, this is a good sign that they're playing a high level here. Kane just barely misses the serve, and Derrick just flat rolls it in the corner. That was not that bad a serve by Kane. He got it pretty deep to Derrick's backhand. Derrick showing tremendous wrist strength killed it in the front left corner.
That's the ball that absolutely destroyed the #1 seed. I said it twice in a row here, but that backhand to the front wall was killing him, and that's where he won his biggest match yet to date. That's a good sign for him.
Here's a lob nick. Kane, once again, doesn't hit a bad shot. Derrick steps back and hits a phenomenal kill.
Back to live action, skip ball. Robinson gets his second point.
Great start here for Derrick. He's forced Kane into a couple of mistakes. He's hit a couple of shots. Couldn't have asked for a better start. Good get by Derrick. Good rally, a lot of good shots. Derrick got caught a little off balance on that ball by Kane. It caught the side wall, made Derrick lunge a little bit. And you can see Kane, you know, you were talking about how much time he's taken. He's taken a little more than normal, Leaf, because I think he's a little tight. Never been in the US Open final before. And if he wins this match, he's the #1 player in the world. I really like what Kane did there. He's a little tight. Hadn't had success with his first couple of drive serves. So he took his time, came over, hit a nice little backhand lob Z to Derrick. He left it short, but was able to cover Derrick's shot. Here he's going to go to that same serve again, it looks like.
Two serving
Z to Derrick's forehand. Derrick showing good patience going to the ceiling. Kane going to the ceiling, a new element to his game we've seen this year. That's great play by Kane. You know, everybody associates Kane with pure power and a great serve and aggressive play. But here he's going to show you the versatility in his game that he's really developed in the last year or so. Lob serve, ceiling ball, lets Derrick take the first shot, and Kane steps over and then kills the ball, which is not typically Kane's game, letting the other person initiate the offense. Same serve. Cross court by Derrick. Left it up. Great shot by Kane. And that was an error by Derrick. And, you know, against Kane, you're going to get punished for just about every error. You'll see here, Derrick had a shot in the front court. He gets a good cross-court pass, forces Kane to stretch out, gets an opportunity, leaves this shot up, and then Kane kills it down the line. Good lob serve again. Derrick gets coming off the back wall. Great playing here by Kane. Really showing some poise. Going to that lob serve, taking his time. Derrick's tried some different things. He's gone to the ceiling, he's hit some cross courts. Nothing's really worked yet because Kane, in addition to having great offensive weapons, is also a great defensive player and re-kills the ball as well as anybody in the game.
5 serving threes in the front court run.
Boy, that's a great shot by Derrick. The only thing that might... Here you see Derrick. Kane mixed up his serve, hit a straight lob down the wall. Derrick comes up and splats it into the side wall. And we've talked a lot about that splat shot during this 5-tournament series, Leaf. The splat is when you hit the ball deep into the side wall and make it down the front wall. That is unbelievable right there. It's not for you to try at home category. Takes a shoulder-high backhand and splat rolls it at the front wall. Good dig by Derrick, set up for Hey, this is a great match so far. I think I've seen one error. Both players look very focused. They're very relaxed right now. Kane started off just a little tight, but quickly made the adjustment going to that lob serves, and it's really loosened things up for him. I think we're in for a good match here. Both players are playing very well right now.
5 serving 4.
And there you see Derrick once again showing a lot of veteran maturity, mixing up the shots. That same lob serve, we've seen a ceiling ball, we've seen a cross-court pass, and there we saw a down-the-line pass, giving Kane a lot of different looks. Good Z serve. Here's a setup. We'll see if the backhand splat comes again.
Hold it, replay.
No way!
Replay.
No way! He has no clue where he is
This
on
is
the
an
court.
interesting call here. Derrick, I think, kind of wanted an avoidable, and Kane didn't think it should have been a hinder. I think the hinder was ball. Good serve. Back wall opportunity. Back wall again. Derrick couldn't quite get around on that one.
So the sideout gives Kane Waselenchuk the ball back.
And you can tell Kane's a little tighter than he was in his semifinal against Jack. He hardly showed any, ever got frustrated with the ref, and there were some pretty tight calls. There you see a call that I don't think was all that close, and he showed a little frustration with the referee. That's unbelievable.
That's the shot we saw against the upsetting of the #1 seed.
That's just an incredible shot, because I think Kane hit this serve right where he wanted to. He got it deep to Derrick's backhand, and Derrick just flicked his wrist and splat rolled it. That's just an incredible shot.
Would you agree? That's the shot that had Menino shaking his hand?
Yeah. What made that one so amazing was that it came off a drive serve. Against Jason, most of the great splats we saw came off Jason's wide variety of lob serves. There came out a very good drive serve that Derrick just stepped over and splatted. Kane coming over again. Let's see if he goes to that lob Z. Lob to the backhand. There's the first one he's missed all game. Kane showing a very veteran game plan for a 22-year-old who really, many would say, is purely an offensive player, showing a lot of maturity, mixing up his lob serves. We've seen lob Zs, down the line lobs, cross-court lobs, and it's got him a 6-4 lead here. Sealing ball by Derrick.
Story with Kane Waselenchuk, much more than racquetball. Physical problem last year.
Great recovery. Had a disappointing year by his standards after a great rookie year. Set up here for Derrick.
Great job by Derrick Robinson.
Really mixing it up. This has been really a very interesting match to watch so far. We're only halfway through the first game. Very tactical by both players. Here it's a good drive to the forehand. Kane gives it back to him. Derrick sets his feet and hits a good basic down the line kick. Good serve there by Derrick. Great playing here by Derrick. Look how well he is mixing up his serves. We've seen down the line drives. We've seen cross-court drives to Kane's forehand, and he just hit a cross-court drive to Kane's forehand and then came back with a jam and forced Kane to flick it to the ceiling and followed it up with a kill shot. Great service pattern here by Derrick.
He's tied this first game at 6.
There's another jam serve, forces a skip.
He's got 3 in a row. This 7-6 is first lead of this game.
Well, Leaf, we talked a little bit about before the match. Derrick had that very, very emotional quarterfinal against Jason where he had the great win. Came out a little flat yesterday and really had to gut out a match where he wasn't at top of his game against Shane Vanderson. Kane, by contrast, has played 2 very emotional matches against Sudley and against yesterday Jack Huzak, and we'll see if he is a little bit flat.
I'd say this is his first lead. I was wrong about that. Robinson led at 1.2131. But here's the side out play. Derrick
Great get
good
by
range.
Derrick. And then Kane hits a nice down the line, which Derrick, let's see it again. Kane really moving the ball around. Cross-court pass. Then you'll see him hit a splat, which Derrick covers, and then Kane finally ends it with a great down the line, really making the veteran Robinson cover the whole court.
Let's listen to Kane Waselenchuk as he talks about if there's a strategy at all against a guy who's 6'4".
Time's in.
It's really hard to have a strategy for a 6'4" guy, but you know, it's just I really don't have to. I really don't want to think about that. I just want to go in, and I'm pretty sure if I play my game, I'll be all right.
Set up off the back wall. Ooh. A little bit of a mistake there by Derrick. And once again, when you're playing at this high a level and it's so tight getting late into the game, every mistake is magnified. There, Kane really missed his shot, and I think caught Derrick a little off balance. Derrick had a pretty good rekill opportunity and wound up skipping it pretty badly into the sidewall. And you see Derrick regrouping in the back of the court, walking around. You know, at this point, you really can't let a mistake carry over to the next point. You got to get refocused. You know, an interesting contrast between racquetball and tennis. In racquetball, you only have 10 seconds in between each point to regroup. In tennis, you have 25. There's a skip there. And another in tennis, you're switching sides every few minutes. You get a chance to regroup, think about your strategy. Yeah, he looked like he tripped awkwardly there, and I don't know if he just mildly twisted something or whether it's an injury to be concerned about, but let's see what Derrick comes back with.
Crunch time, game one. You go to 11, so somebody wants to take control right here.
Great shot there. Good shot by Kane. He still looks like he's limping a little bit. That was a great shot.
7-7-7.
And here you see Kane really taking his time, thinking about the serve, thinking about the moment. Derrick walking around in the back of the court.
That's definitely his style, though, as we talked about. Kane just seems to take control of that service box.
Good shot there by Derrick.
Steps right up and hammered it.
And one of the advantages and kind of signature shots that Derrick has because of his height is that overhead where he can go down the line, cross court, or splat. Kane made quick work of that lob serve with a splat rollout.
7-7-7.
Here you see Derrick doesn't hit that bad a lob serve. Kane just steps up, cuts it off, and splats it into the sidewall for a rollout. Great angle there by Derrick. Wide angle pass. And that's a devastating combination when here you see a good serve. Derrick steps over. He's been splatting this shot, but he rips a cross-court angle and catches the sidewall deep and dives before the back wall. A perfect cross-court wide angle. Jam serve again. What a shot there by Derrick. Really nice ball movement by Derrick. Mixing it up, jam serve again. That time Kane, who's seen it a few times, stepped away and ripped it back at Derrick. Derrick punched a very nice backhand down the line, stretched Kane out, and that set up Derrick up for his rekill. Great shot. I love Derrick's effort so far. He's just pushing every point, letting Kane know he's going to challenge every shot, and there's not going to be any free points. Here you go. Derrick's serve was okay, not his best serve. Kane steps over, rips it down the line, and you see Derrick extending that entire 6'4" frame. Couldn't get the ball off the sidewall.
So far this game has been beautifully tactically approached by Derrick Robinson, who has nullified some of the athleticism that he can't match on Kane's side.
Yeah, it's really been a very interesting match and very well played. Kane has played well too. So far, a very clean match.
So we're not yet done game one. You've got to win 3 here to get the championship and the big prize money, $8,000 to the winner, $4,000 to the loser in the Choice Hotels US Open Racquetball Championships for 2003.
Well, we saw the winner of the women's division be given a truck as a gift by her father.
Yeah, maybe their parents are here and they'll chip in.
Great shot there by Kane. Once again, showing the versatility, presence of mind to take a little something off that swing and hit a nice, easy touch shot down the line. Really a well-played match so far.
Deadlocked at 8.
See Kane in the service box taking his time. Cross court. Great get by Derrick. Set up for Kane. Great get by Derrick. Kane steps back. Another great get. Ooh. Skip there by Derrick. Once again, when the level of play is this high, errors like that. Here you see Kane with a serve to Derrick's forehand. Comes off the back wall. Kane steps back. Derrick makes an incredible get. Here, Kane leaves his pinch up a little bit. Derrick flicks it, gets Kane into the backcourt, and here's where Derrick really had his opportunity on this re-kill and skipped the ball at the front wall. That's a big miss right there, because now Kane's still in the box at 9-8 rather than Derrick serving 8-8.
2 more for the game 1 win.
Ooh, another error there by Derrick.
He's erred himself into a 1 point away from a loss in game 1. Timeout called by Derrick Robinson. He'll step away, and so will we for this game 1 action. We'll be back in a moment with Kane Waselenchuk serving for game 1 win.
We got some shirts to give away from the junior U.S. team.
Obviously going to have to control the emotions. It's going to be a little overwhelming as we walk in, and that's something I'm going to definitely try to calm myself down, keep the same routine I've been keeping the whole tournament.
10, serving 8.
Big point here for Derrick. I had this sense when Kane was playing Jack in the semis that this first game might be more important to Derrick than it is to Kane. It's going to be more difficult, I think, for Derrick to sustain a comeback than it would be for Kane.
First game goes right to Kane Waselenchuk. He takes the timeout and comes up with a beautiful job. 11-8, he wins. He keeps it rolling as we move toward game 2. Waselenchuk leading 1-0 from the men's finals here in Memphis. Welcome back to Memphis, game 2. All set as Waselenchuk has won game 1, 11-8, as you see.
Game number 2.
Leaf, we talked a lot about that first game, how well it was played. And then towards the end of that game, Derrick skipped his last 3 points. It was 8-8. Derrick skipped that one backhand up front and then 2 forehands in the back of the court. Let's see if he can regroup here. Great shot there by Kane.
Kane over Robinson, gets the ball back right away.
And you start getting that same, at least I'm starting to get the same feel, Leaf, that I got when he was playing Jack, that he's just playing so well that every opportunity you get if you're his opponent, you better capitalize. And if you don't, he's just going to keep closing the vice tighter and tighter and tighter.
Sip, set up.
Great shot, a great get by Kane. And one of the tough things about playing Kane is you hit a great shot and you know he's still going to go for it. And there, he made a great attempt and almost re-killed the ball. Back wall. Wow, what a shot by Derrick. Here you see Derrick
serving 0.
hits a lob serve to Kane's backhand. Kane rips across court off the back wall. Derrick steps back and just rolls a pinch in the corner.
And meanwhile, he just repeated the same action.
2.
Now he's up 2-0.
Sealing ball a little bit loose. Great get by Derrick. Tough one off the back wall.
Good shot.
Kane takes his time. That ball was right in that right glass there, but Kane just took his time, waited for it to come off just a bit, and then rolled it right down the wall.
0 serving 2.
0 serving 2.
Good start for Derrick. After the way he finished that first game, it was critical that he got off to a good early start here in the second, and he has with a 2-0 lead. Great shot there by Kane.
Kane just buried it into the corner.
Yeah, very smart shot there. You know, here Kane was stretched out. Derrick hit a good splat. Here's Kane's serve. Derrick splats it. Kane hits a flick cross court as Derrick is charging forward that dies in the back of the court. I don't think Derrick expected that. Passing shot. Great shot. Once again, a real good example of just what good ball Kane is playing. Derrick missed his shot by just a little. It came off the back wall, and Derrick got punished by Kane, who just hit a perfect down-the-line backhand.
Game 2 is knotted now. 2 apiece. Well, that little momentum swing Robinson gained just erased by Kane Waselenchuk.
Good cross court. Great get by Kane. Set up for Derrick. Another good angle. Real good movement there by Derrick. Real good ball movement. Look at the variety of shots Derrick throws at here. Here's a cross court. Forces Kane to stretch into the back wall. And then here Derrick hits a wide angle right into that glass that gets Kane all jammed. Boy, you know, that's tough when you work so hard to get the serve back, and then on the first swing after you're in the box, your opponent just rolls it out to put you back on the defense. That's the type of exchange that wears you out mentally over the course of a match. See if Kane will mix up the serve here. He's been sticking primarily with the drive this second game.
Derrick Robinson knowing he has to play almost perfectly to stay in this thing.
Great shot there by Derrick.
And that wicked backhand has been his story in this tournament.
It's been incredible. You know, we saw it against Jason, and we're seeing a lot more of it against Kane as well. That backhand pinch and splat into the side wall has just been devastating. Set up for Derrick. A little bit of a mental lapse there by Derrick. Stopped his feet, tried to flick a backhand cross court and skipped it. And here you see Kane really taking his time. He appreciates the moment and understands how important this match is in his young career.
We've touched on it a little bit, but last year had an inner ear problem. Was very sick. Racquetball is becoming the last thing on his mind.
Cross court by Derrick. Another cross court, back wall.
Hold it, replay.
Oh.
Great.
Yeah, I kind of like Derrick's argument here.
Great
Derrick
call.
wants it avoidable. If we look at this again, we're going to see Kane
Great call.
punch the ball off
He's
the back
holding me
wall.
right there.
They got all tangled up. Here you see the shot. Spins Kane around. Derrick's in control of the rally. Here, Kane punches it off the back wall. They get tangled up, and you see that ball was way off the back wall, took away Derrick's offensive shot. And that's why Derrick's contention was he should have been granted an avoidable hinder, which would have been a side out rather than putting Kane in the box, serving again at 2-2. Let's see how Derrick recovers from that bad call. Another hinder. Oh, wow. I think that was a bit of a makeup call.
What?
I think the last one was probably unavoidable. There, Derrick was on the move. He clearly would have had the ball, but I don't know if it was an offensive shot.
Well, just get out of the way. We'll be all set.
Give me a break. You wouldn't have got that anyway.
The exchange between Big D. Kane challenging a little bit. Derrick saying, well, just get out of the way and be all set.
And that's a bad call.
Certainly part of the mental aspect of the game, and the opponents start sparring a little bit verbally. Z serve to the backhand.
Right. Right. Show him who's the best.
Great shot by Kane. You see Kane giving it back to him a little bit.
No, if they were fired up before this, I'm sure they were for that $8,000 prize money. That little exchange probably got him heated up a little bit.
And you see Kane has the maturity once again as a young player to not let an exchange like that break his routine, still using the same service routine he does, going to the front wall, taking his time, setting up, bouncing the ball, really focused on what serve he's going to hit. Lucky break there by Derrick, and I think Kane got that ball. Unbelievable get. Good get by Derrick. Well, that's just great racquetball.
That's about as good as it gets as far as Kane range and accuracy. Unbelievable.
Look at this get here by Kane. Derrick really got lucky on this return of serve. Kane just made an incredible diving get. Here, Derrick hits another good shot down the line. Kane punches across court. And here's the setup, and it's over. Really incredible racquetball from Kane. We talked about that skill when he was playing Jack in the semis. Even when he's on the dive and totally stretched out, he still thinks offensive. And there you saw him punch a forehand cross court that stretched Derrick out. I agree with that call by the ref, Jason Thorner. I don't think Derrick had an offensive shot there. He was charging forward. Here's Kane going back to that serve. We haven't seen this second game, but was fairly effective in the first. That's a tough call. I'm not sure why that was a hinder. Here you see Kane kind of gets around Derrick there, has some time though to set up. Here Kane is charging forward, loses the ball, but it was way away from him. I'm not so sure I agree with that call. I think that was a positioning error by Kane that screened him out. The ball was 6 or 8 feet away from Derrick.
Aaron, not many of the referees deal with a crowd this size. How much can the crowd start to influence Jason's calls? Because they are definitely a factor with him. They are interacting with him.
I think it gets you thinking a little bit. And there, Big D used the emotions to his benefit. He was frustrated with some of the calls he didn't think went his way, and he just stepped up and cut off that serve. Here you see the first time Derrick stepped up and got that ball low and actually caught Kane with the follow-through, but killed it, which from Derrick's standpoint, he's more concerned about killing the ball than maybe grazing Kane with his racket.
Robinson probably best described as more of a gentle giant, not an aggressive, in-your-face kind of guy, but 6'4", very imposing.
Yeah. Well, off the court, Derrick is a very affable, friendly guy, but on the court, I'm not so sure he's a gentle giant. He plays very aggressive and uses his height to its maximum, both from a physical standpoint and an intimidation standpoint.
Kane Waselenchuk serving 3-2 in game 2. He won game 1 11-8. You've got to win 3 to get the championship.
Great serve. Set up for Derrick. Good pass into the back wall. Opportunity for Derrick. Good pass again. Skip by Kane. Good playing there by Derrick, really trying to exploit Kane's court positioning. A lot of passing shots against most players. If you've got a forehand setup like that in the center of the court, you would try and kill it, because Kane has a tendency to go so far forward. Derrick is sticking with the passing shot. Great shot there by Kane.
A little battle for center court there, a little battle for the X.
Yeah, no, this is the finals of the US Open. Neither of these players are going to give up an inch.
Talking about how he does this routine, isn't it sometimes, I'm just guessing and I'm asking, isn't it sometimes a good tactical advantage to the server to go ahead and serve immediately?
It could be, but most of the players are so focused on playing their game, they want to put themselves in the best position to execute their serve, and they put a premium on that over maybe catching their opponent offside.
Gotcha. And that patience just gives Kane Waselenchuk his 4th point, 4-2.
It was interesting. We were talking about it with a number of the pros last night, how kind of sports psychology has evolved. You know, back in the 70s and 80s, both in tennis and racquetball, the players put a premium on doing things to distract their opponent, whereas the...
We'll follow up with that comment in just a minute. Aaron Katz, I'm Leif Elsmo. This is a Tennis Channel's production of the US Open Racquetball Championships. We'll be right back. Back to live action. Waselenchuk serving 4-2. That'll be a side out. Derrick Robinson gets the ball back. We're in game 2. Kane Waselenchuk, you're looking at him right there, the Canadian.
This is a
leading 1-0.
critical time in the match for Derrick. Kane's opened up a little bit, just a 4-2 lead, nothing insurmountable yet, but Derrick can't afford to let this game slip away and get behind by 5 or 6 points.
We talked about the importance of the first game. I imagine for the same reason the second game is even more important.
Oh, yeah.
For Derrick Robinson.
And there you see Derrick went to that serve that was so effective against Shane in the semifinals, that little touch drive serve.
And he's really using the towel boy as a momentum breaker as much as he can.
Yeah, which is
every play.
It's a good game plan.
It's a good game plan, except it happens to be Eric Katz, son of Eric. I mean, Eric, yeah, son of Eric.
Yeah, no, I think I need to give him a little towel boy training when we get home, Leaf. He's moving a little slowly to the wet spots. They're going to dry through evaporation.
The girls' championship, those young little girls that came out there, they were hustling.
Yeah, no, I'll have a talk with him when we get home.
Maybe Big D gave him a couple bucks and said, look, when you come out there, I want you to walk as slowly as you can.
Oh, part of the Big D strategy team, that could be. He has not disclosed that to me if that's the case.
Young Eric Katz, maybe the most famous kid at this tournament. He's been doing working the crowd with Sean and some of the other entertainers here. 4-2. Kane Waselenchuk going through his routine, taking the full 15 seconds between each serve. As Aaron said, critical game of control in this game too. He wants this point.
Great hands, good get by Derrick. Another great get by Derrick. He is working hard. He is working hard. But Derrick is he is playing hard and he is playing well. You know, I'm just wondering if he's going to be able to sustain this concentration and this level of play. You know, he's playing very, very well, playing very smart. Here's a cross court, makes a great get up front, rips across court. Kane pinches it. Derrick makes another great get, comes back to center court, and there you see Derrick step up and re-kill that last shot.
Meanwhile, Kane Waselenchuk takes Derrick's serve and wins that. And it'll be Waselenchuk back to the service box, but that's still a 4-2 lead.
Yeah, Derrick's got to have a breakthrough soon because
and I think he understands the importance of the moment, as you were explaining to us, because he's pulled the towel boy trick with your son. He's pulled a couple different tricks, trying to maintain this at least within 2-point area that he's in.
It is very difficult mentally to sustain it when you're playing as well as you can, as hard as you can, and you don't have anything on the scoreboard to show for it. And there you see
Waselenchuk had to reach about 3 feet behind where his feet were set, and he still puts it into the near corner.
Just an incredible shot. Once again, Derrick, and this is where it gets a little depressing. Derrick hit a great cross court. Look at this cross court pass he hit here. Totally stretches Kane out. Kane steps over and off his back foot rolls it in the left corner. Phenomenal stuff from this 22-year-old Canadian. Good cross court again. Timeout from Derrick.
Timeout by Derrick Robinson. He is down 6-2 in game 2. He's got to get his way back in contention to stay alive in the Choice Hotels US Open Racquetball Championships for men. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us here on the Tennis Channel. Welcome back to the Choice Hotels US Open Racquetball Championships. You're looking at one of the most impressive parts of this championship, and that's their involvement with St. Jude's Children's Hospital. This research hospital has been established to conduct research into catastrophic children's illness. Through the years, thousands of patients have been treated with no regard to their ability to pay. Danny Thomas, the great entertainer, this was his dream. They've donated over $100,000 from this tournament that supports St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Congratulations to these great folks at Racquetball. Back to the action. Aaron Katz is with me. I'm Leif Ellsmo. This is our Tennis Channel coverage of our Choice Hotels Racquetball Series. We're in a very critical point. 7-2 now with Kane Waselenchuk serving. He already won game 1. Gotta win 3.
And Derrick is really, really in tough shape here. Down 7-2. Kane's just got on a 3-point run. They were stuck at 4-2 for a long time. Unbelievable game. That is unbelievable.
Waselenchuk a ball that would normally be out of anybody's reach. Well placed.
Well, look at this. This is just unbelievable. Derrick hits a great splat. Kane backs up, has to move all the way forward, dives, and re-kills the ball into the right corner. That's what we've been talking so much about Kane this weekend. Not only does he get to balls that nobody else gets to, he hits offensive shots with them rather than going to the ceiling or putting them back in play. It just puts so much pressure on you and gets inside your head when you're striking the ball that even if you hit a great shot, you might get punished for it.
In the women's game, if you follow that on our series, there are 2 line judges, and the player can appeal that kind of call, but not here in the men's pro game.
Yeah, personally, Leaf, I'm in favor of the way the Women's Pro Tour does it. I think to have the line judges there to clear up the obvious misses. You know, you got to have both line judges say that it was a bad call or overrule it.
Kane Waselenchuk saying, you ain't getting that freebie back.
Yeah, Kane's in such a role. You know, I usually sit here, Leaf, and we're watching the game. I kind of think what I'd tell the player who's struggling. You know, if I was coaching him, I don't know what I'd tell Derrick. He's playing well. He's trying a lot of different things, and nothing's really clicking. But it's more because of Kane's doing than his mistakes.
8 serving 2. Kane Waselenchuk trying to lock in his 2nd straight game win in this championship. A short ball. He's done that twice in the last 3 attempts.
Yeah, and that one actually looked a little awkward. He looked like he tried to take something off the serve and didn't adjust the height accordingly. Here's Derrick trying a new serve, Z serve. Good get. Oh, that's a bad call. Derrick will take it. You know, Leaf, you were asking me, does the sound of the crowd and the boom of the referee affect their call?
Definitely wasn't me. How can you see that when I hit the ball right in front of me? That's impossible.
Kane steps up, splats it.
That's definitely a makeup call.
And there you see Kane dive, and you were a little screened by his body, but he got that ball on the first bounce.
Well, anger has worked well for Kane before. Let's see what happens here.
Ceiling ball by Kane. Unbelievable.
Man, that backhand.
That is unbelievable, that shot.
That's exactly what #1 seed Jason Menino was saying when he was upset by Derrick Robinson.
Let's see if Derrick can keep it rolling. He's mixed up the serves here. Here's one to the forehand.
Side out, he's picked up a couple. 4 serving 8.
So many weapons. It's very frustrating if you're Derrick, because right there, Derrick hit a perfect lob nick, and Kane with a very short, compact swing just killed it right in the left corner.
Beautiful touch shot to the front wall. Big 6'4" Derrick Robinson behind the X, and nice touch.
Yeah, Kane's just got too much right now. He's really playing great. He's very poised. He's mixing up his shots. He's hitting lobs and passes and sealing balls and pinches, front court, back court, forehand, backhand. You know, we've seen it all, Leaf. Really a very impressive array of shots from Kane. Well, there's a rare one where Kane didn't go for it, and I think he may have been able to get that one. It looked like he may have gotten caught back on his heels, which is very, very rare for him. There's that lob serve.
Kane has come back with every opportunity. Most opportunities Derrick has to get back in this game. Kane just answers with a side out.
And you saw Derrick yell at himself on that one. I don't know if you can see through the glass, but he said, get that one. And he should have stepped up and gotten that one. He got caught a little bit on his heels. Kane hit a good shot, but probably shouldn't have been a winner.
9 serving 4. 2 more points needed for game 2 win. Shot by the Big D.
And you saw there, Kane had a cheat, anticipated that Derrick would go down the line, and Derrick very smartly pulled across court into the open court for a winner.
Robinson collecting himself, talking to himself. 4 serving 9.
Good reaction by Derrick. Good save. Unbelievable goal. Oh, boy.
Kane Waselenchuk with another unbelievable play, playing to his heart, not his ear, which had the physical problem. He's always had the heart of a champion. Look at the range on the court.
This is an awful lot of court to be covering, a lot of pressure. Here, Derrick really missed an opportunity because you see Kane with a great get. Derrick hits a great shot here. Kane saves it. Watch him come all the way up front left here, dive, get the ball, and all Derrick had to do there was hit the front wall, and he skipped it.
Back into the control of Kane Waselenchuk. Derrick has stopped this several times at 9-4.
But hasn't made any progress, and that gets discouraging after several side outs.
An ace. Can you believe it? Mark that on your scorecard. 9-4, serves an ace, 10-4. That could be the one that really breaks the mental bank.
And he went for this ace. You see him go for the cross court. He hits the angle a little wider to get it into the side wall. Derrick was waiting for it, and it just cracked out.
To me, that would be a perfect time to go ahead and reset and just serve right again. But, you know, he's got a great rhythm and a great routine. What am I to say that? But he has absolute control in the service box.
Spins him off the back wall. Boy, just missed. Little reprieve here for Derrick. But that's got to look to Derrick, who's really struggled to get any sustained offense this game. To score 6 or 7 points here must seem like a real uphill battle.
Robinson scores .5.
Yeah, it's a great point from Derrick, but it just wears on you having to work so hard for every point. You see Kane just full out there, diving for balls, digging everything. Really, you're always thinking about him. He's always in your head, even when you're striking the ball. That's a good call. You see, I think a partisan Derrick Robinson crowd, if they were booing that call, because that ball was way short. I don't even think it hit the line, and the line is short.
Kane Waselenchuk put the ball exactly where he thought it hit, which was about 8 inches.
Well, that may be a bit biased. I don't know that it was 8 inches short, but
he's working the crowd.
Clearly short. Well, you got Derrick, who's a veteran, I think has a lot of loyalty here, and you know he's on U.S. soil, I believe, so there might be some extra support here for the American. Great shot, great shot. Kane is really the leader of the new breed of international players. He's currently #2, will likely jump to #1 after this. And then there's a player from Mexico named Alvaro Beltran, who's also in the top 5. And for the first time ever on the IRT Pro Tour, you've got 2 of the top 5 players not from the United States.
And I think you might be able to point to this event specifically as that kind of growth in the outcome. It's been an incredible draw to the international players to come to this event.
And no question, and gives them a lot to play for, too. There's players from Mexico, all over the world came in for this event. Chile, Canada, many players came from Canada. We saw 2 Canadians in the men's and women's final. Christy Van Hees from Kelowna, BC, and then Kane, who although he resides in the U.S. now, is from Edmonton.
5-7-10. That's a shot by Waselenchuk. Yeah, he hasn't been able to put him away. See if he can do it here. Yet again, another chance.
Yeah, that's just an incredible shot. He really, I mean, Derrick
jammed into his stomach. No extension for the arm.
Exactly, and just flicks a kill shot. Derrick hit the serve right where you want. He got it right in the corner where you got to kind of hold your position if you're the receiver. The ball jumped right into Kane's body, and he just flicked the kill shot. You know, against any other player, you would expect to have another opportunity if that's the serve you hit. Great angle. You see Kane asking for a hinder there, but he's not going to get that one. Very good misdirection pass by Derrick. Derrick needs to get something rolling here, even though 5 to 10 seems like a long way away. Even if he can get to 7 or 8, maybe change the momentum going into the third game.
There's one.
Yeah.
6-10. Now, you go from 5-10 to 7-10. All of a sudden, the game changes dramatically.
Yeah, you're a little closer to the top of the hill, and as I say, as importantly, maybe it would change the momentum going into the third game. But right now, Derrick's focused on coming back this game because going down 2-0 against Kane would be a very difficult uphill battle. There's a Z ball. That's unbelievable. That's
skip ball by Robinson. It goes back to Kane Waselenchuk. See if he can put it away here. He's had about 4 attempts to win game 2, and Robinson has not let him do it.
Yeah, that was a bad miss by Derrick. I mean, some phenomenal athletics we saw there from Kane.
And then the forehand presented itself.
Yep, exactly. And, you know, against any other player, recovering from a miss like that may not be as difficult. But against Kane, when you get so few good looks like that, if you don't capitalize, it really wears on you.
I think Kane is probably aware that this thing's gone a little too long and will really give it everything he's got for positioning this serve. 10-6 going for the win in game 2.
Great serve, great get by Derrick, gets it to the ceiling. Another great get by Derrick, through the legs by Kane.
And there's the winning shot for game 2. Waselenchuk, commanding lead. He wins 11-8 and now 11-6 over Big D, Derrick Robinson. We'll be back with game 3 in just a moment from Memphis, Tennessee, the Choice Hotels Racquetball Championships. We're back at Memphis, Tennessee, the Choice Hotels US Open Racquetball Championships. Lee Felsmo and Aaron Katz were in game 3 of an interesting final, one no one would predict, as number 8 Derrick Robinson, number 8 seed that is, beat 1 seed Jason Monino along the way to this final. Kane Waselenchuk, you might predict would be here. He is. He looks great. He's serving now, and he wins this game. He wins the $8,000 first prize check.
The beginning of this game was critical for Derrick because down 2-0, obviously can ill afford to get behind, and we're in the third game, and that's when they players switch ball relief, and the new ball is going to be a little quicker, which is probably a slight advantage to Kane because of his drive serve. They switch balls on every odd game, so first, third, and fifth. And these players hit the ball so hard that a little bit of the air comes out of the ball, and sometimes by the second game it gets a little flatter.
All right, interesting point for sure, as Robinson forced a side out on the first serve by Waselenchuk.
With a great wide angle pass. You know, he's down 2-0, but I've really been impressed with Derrick's approach toward the match. He's played very hard, he's played very tactically, just hasn't been enough to penetrate Kane.
What a hit by Kane Waselenchuk. I would say it's a mountain that's impossible to climb, and this is the reason I would say it. Physically, we can see that Waselenchuk is a little bit superior. Mentally is where he'd have to be beaten. And in talking to him before this, and because of the physical problems he had, he is so mentally tough. Nothing is going to crack that.
I tend to agree with you. And there you see just incredible physical ability. I mean, sliding on the floor and punching a perfect re-kill that, you know, most of us, Leaf, don't dream of hitting when we're standing on our feet.
During the break, they introduced Jack Schultz, who really got this tournament going with his support. That ultimately led to the U.S. Choice sponsorship. We want to recognize his great support of racquetball in this event.
Yeah, Ray has been a tremendous supporter of racquetball when it was first came out, and they renewed the contract with Choice Hotels, and it's really been a shot in the arm for racquetball having this event as its landmark event.
1-0, Kane Waselenchuk serving.
Great passing shot.
Big D hanging tough.
Yeah, a little bit of an error there by Kane. The serve came off the back wall further than most of his serves have. And Derrick made him pay for it by hitting a misdirection cross-court pass. Here you see Big D getting down. It looks like he's going to hit a drive serve. Right call there. Good shot by Derrick, rips that corner. Now, if you remember in Kane's semifinal match, it went very similar. The first two games with Jack Huzak were tightly contested, but Kane always had a slight edge. And then the only mental lapse we've seen was in the third game, where Jack snuck it out to force it into a fourth game before Kane was able to recover and finally win in 4. I don't know that Derrick has as much to offer as Jack does, even if Kane does have a similar mental lapse here.
Part of the mountain Derrick Robinson's looking at if he wants to climb up to the championship over this talented young Kane Waselenchuk. He gets the side out, the serve back. Game 3 tied at 1. There's a point, 2-1 now. The mental part of the game is very tough, and Aaron, here there's a mental strategy also, or a challenge for Kane. Kane might be starting to get in that mode you've talked about in other matches where he starts thinking about the win, and I've got it, and he loses a little bit of focus, enough that Derrick slides in there and then messes up his rhythm. Yeah, no, and that's what Derrick's got to hope for. I certainly have not seen any sign of that yet, but maybe it's a little early in the third game yet before Kane would start thinking about the match being over. Boy, that's an incredible shot, because that was an awfully good serve by Kane. A good, deep, hard Z to the side wall. Had Derrick leaning the wrong way a little bit, and that's why he got into the side wall and was a very tough shot. Okay, watching Derrick Robinson, I would not be hitting anything to his backhand in that rear left side. He's killing it with the backhand. I think that's a pretty good observation. Here's a setup off the back wall. Great get by Kane. Great get by Kane. Great point by Derrick, but you got to work so hard. That's 1 point. I'd give him 3 points for all that. That's some great shots. Kane's diving for every ball, and Derrick had to hit 3 shots that would have been a winner to get 1 point. 2-2. Everything tied. Skip there. Skip ball, and now Robinson has taken the lead, 3-2. And Derrick is showing no signs of quitting. He's still as focused as he was at the beginning. He's going to keep plugging, and as experienced as Derrick is, if Kane lets up at all, Derrick might be able to slide in there and at least get a lead. I don't want to talk about winning the game yet, Leaf, because it's premature. And there's a little run going for the big deal again. 4-2 now. And maybe this is the lapse we talked about. That's 2 skips, 2 straight skips by Kane off a drive serve from Derrick to Kane's backhand. Side out, and Kane Waselenchuk gets the ball back. Down by 2. Great down the line there. And, Kane, I think, made an adjustment there. He had skipped the last 2 backhands. There you see he brought up the height a little bit, played more of a passing shot, not take the risk of a skip. Once again, sign of maturity. In his younger days, he would have kept trying to roll the ball out and maybe extended Derrick's run. Good get there by Derrick. Whoa! Just a beautiful down-the-wall shot by the left-hander. Yeah, he just hits the ball so flat and so hard. And stretched Derrick out with a great serve deep into the right corner and then killed it right down the left wall. You've got the righty-lefty thing going here, Aaron. Is it that tough for a guy like Derrick, righty, playing a lefty? Do you see many lefties in the racquetball world? Does it pose a big problem? I don't think so. You've got 3 that have all been in the top 10 for quite a while. You've got Cliff Swain, Mike Guidry, and Kane. So all of these players have played against a lot of left-handed players. Foul, please. Kane Waselenchuk looking for the towel. 4-4, he's tied it up now. 2 in a row for Kane Waselenchuk. We'll go to a short break, and when we come back, we'll continue with Game 3 from the Choice Hotels US Open Racquetball Championships. We're back in Memphis. 4-4 all tied in the third, but it's been Waselenchuk 11-8, 11-6. If he wins here, he takes the $8,000 first prize. Championship. Great shot there by Derrick. Does a nice job stepping away from that ball and re-killing a pinch.
4, serving 4.
Here you see Kane. We'll see this again. We'll see Kane makes a great get on Derrick's cross court, dives, and then Derrick steps up and hits a backhand pinch for the winner. Wow. Yeah. That's that same exact serve that he's skipped a couple of times, and I think he's starting to get a beat on it. Next time in the box, I think we'll see Derrick switch serves, because I think that serve has about worn out its welcome.
Game tied at 4. The fight has been incredible for Derrick Robinson, as Aaron has talked about, to get his points. A lot of energy extended and not much of a lead to show, just a tie game.
Back wall setup. Another setup.
And Kane puts it away in the front corner. 5-4.
5.
Derrick really taking his time here.
Towel, please.
Kane.
Towel.
Nope, they're not going to break. Just
Time's in. 5. Serving 4.
Kane Waselenchuk in control. This is that critical time of these games you talk about, especially down 2. He's right in the middle of this game, 5-4, close game. If he loses 2 here, it's going to be a snowball rolling downhill.
yeah, exactly. And Derrick, he recognizes it. Derrick knows how critical these points are here. Flicks it to the ceiling. Good hustle. That's a real good example, that rally, of what Kane does better than just about anybody. Stretches Derrick out, and Derrick uses all of his 6'4" frame to get to the ball. And like most players, Derrick, when he's stretched out, flicks it to the ceiling, gives Kane an opportunity to drop back and kill the next shot. When Kane is stretched out like that, his instincts, he still shoots the ball and puts pressure on his opponent. And it's probably the one thing that distinguishes him right now from all the other players on tour. Is that ability to hit offensive shots when he's in a defensive position.
Which is a lot of that God-given ability. Just he's obviously worked hard, but his body's in tremendous condition. And maybe the quickest guy on the tour. He's played hockey before, and they think the hockey quickness. Skip call.
Yeah, it's
side out.
Great call by the ref, Jason Thorner. That was a very tough one to see. Here you see Derrick hits a good shot, spins Kane around. Kane rips it into the corner, and the ball clearly skips, but it was not that easy to see. Set up off the back wall.
Right out.
Kane gets it right back on the side out. He leads by 2, 2 games already. Looking for a sweep here.
Kane really taking his time. Other than that 2 or 3 point run he let Derrick get on with a couple of mistakes earlier in this game, Kane has just played a floorless match.
Hold it. Screen serve.
Screen serve. That serve came a little too close to Kane's body, where the ref didn't think Derrick had a fair opportunity to see it. So called a screen. From Kane's perspective, no harm, no foul. He gets another serve.
Only 1 serve in the pro circuit for the men. If you're playing in your amateur tournaments at home or against your buddies, you're getting 2 serves. Helps the added element of excitement here for these big-time pro guys. Pressure on that first serve to be accurate.
Great angle there by Derrick. Kane almost hit a spectacular shot, and if that ball had made it to the front wall, it probably would have broken Derrick's back. Derrick had a great angle. Kane had to flick it behind his back. Missed it by 4 or 5 feet.
And Waselenchuk, as he has done most of this 3-game match, gets the ball right back.
Yeah.
He is a human momentum buster.
Yeah, his return of serve is just spectacular, and you see Derrick in the box on that one. He doesn't know what to serve Kane because he's tried everything and nothing has really worked with any consistency.
5
Kane out of the front court. Oh my God. Ooh. That is incredible.
Waselenchuk from well back of the X, just bringing it all the way up to a rollout.
That is just unbelievable. That's the shot, Leaf, that all the pros that are watching say they marvel at this shot. Steps back, moves all the way back, and just flat rolls it in the left corner.
You're talking about a 40-foot shot.
40-foot shot, moving back into the opposite corner, flat rollout.
Pretty to watch. Skid ball, 8-4, and timeout for Big D Derrick Robinson. We'll take a timeout too. He now is facing an 8-4 score. Waselenchuk in the lead. And that's where we'll leave it. When we come back, we'll finish up with this men's championship of the US Open from Choice Hotels right here in Memphis, Tennessee. We're back in Memphis as Kane Waselenchuk looks to wrap this one up. 8-4, he leads in the third. He can win it. If he gets to 11, he'll win the first place money against a very seasoned pro, Derrick Robinson. Three balls more than Cats with you on our Tennis Channel exclusive coverage.
Ooh, boy.
And a point for Kane Waselenchuk. He's up to 9.
Yeah, I don't think there's much turning back here because Derrick actually, he's had a little bit of a lapse here. He has not sustained the very high level he played at the first 2 games late in this third game. And, you know, he really was, despite losing the first 2 games, playing very well, tactically sound, mentally very tough, and now he's slipped back a little bit. That rally in particular, he had a couple of very good opportunities that he didn't capitalize on.
And the commissioner of the IRT has just given me the signal that this man, Kane Waselenchuk, will be the new #1 pro player off this win.
Which is not surprising to anybody who played him this weekend.
You get double points for this kind of win. Magnitude.
Yeah, the US Open not only is the biggest tournament prize money-wise and the most prestigious, but as importantly, the most ranking points, which ties into the year-end ranking where a lot of these players receive bonuses from their sponsors. Ceiling ball. So there's a rare miss there by Kane. Almost an awkward dive.
5-7-9. Skip.
Another skip.
Kane Waselenchuk a little bit of a funk here. 6-9, and Big D saying, I'm going to get right back to it. While he's a little bit dancy, I'm going to...
Hey, Leaf, maybe he saw the commissioner tell you that he was going to be #1 if he wins, and he started thinking about it.
Maybe. You got to be thinking about the post part. You get that close to it. It must be a terrible, frustrating mental tug of war. Maintain your focus, but boy, you're chasing the champagne.
Opportunity here for Derrick. Flicks it to the ceiling. Good save there by Derrick.
Not a rollout, but a nice hit to the front wall. Derrick is well behind the X. Didn't look up that territory in time enough for it to be a side out.
Yeah, very smart shot there by Kane, too. He got kind of a lucky break. His other shot got pinned against the side wall. Derrick had to go try and save it. Gave Kane a setup off the back wall, and as you pointed out, caught Derrick way in the backcourt, and Kane very smartly hit a forehand pinch in the left corner. Back wall setup. Good get by Derrick.
He's 1 point away. 10-6.
See Kane motioning to himself, 1 more point.
10, serving 6.
Match point here. Game effort for Derrick, but I think he's going to come up a little short. You see Kane taking a little extra time, talking to himself or talking to the ball. Getting in the box. Deep breath.
Serving for the match.
Getting ready to serve for his first US Open championship.
skip ball, and the new champion is Kane Waselenchuk. What a year, coming off an injury that had him incapacitated. 1 year ago, he could hardly walk. He was nauseous, not playing racquetball, and he was fixed, and now he is the best player in the world. He is #1.
There you see Derrick set up, skips it for the match in frustration, hits his glasses out of the court.
Back in a moment. Stay with us here on the Tennis Channel. Welcome back to Memphis. Lee Felsmo, Aaron Katz, and we're with the winner, the new men's champion from the Choice Hotels US Open Racquetball Championships. Let's go to him right now, Kane Waselenchuk. What a year for you, Kane, and what a dramatic win. You had it all going. You looked unbeatable no matter who you were playing.
Yeah, I to tell you the truth, I was a little beat from the from last night, but you know, I stuck through it, and I definitely didn't want to go a fourth game. And you know, Derrick's unbelievable. He played great this whole tournament. You know, he made me come out, and he really surprised me on how he played. And you know, I'm just happy. This is what I've been playing 20 years for, is to be #1 and win this tournament.
Kane,
okay, let's take a look, Kane, at a little bit of your actions. The winning point. Look at the monitor and talk us through it.
Oh, I just wanted to get the serve in. I wanted to crack so it'd end quick, but you know, that ball that he hit was a great ball, and kind of took me off guard, and I fell back, and you know, it was fortunate that he skipped that ball.
Well, I'll tell you what, great year. You've got a big award ceremony coming up. Thanks for joining us. We want to congratulate you for not only winning this tournament, but overcoming your physical problems you had this year, and then becoming the #1 player in the Pro Racket Tour right now. Congratulations. Go and enjoy it.
Thanks, Aaron. Thanks, Leaf. I appreciate it.
Okay, Kane Waselenchuk, folks, and that is it for us right here in our Tennis Channel coverage. I'm Lee Felsmo for Aaron Katz. Thanks for watching our 5-match series right here in the Tennis Channel. Until next year, we'll see you, and don't forget, watch the best in racquetball right here on the Tennis Channel.